Hello, I am Charlie Wilde and welcome iChannel 7. If it is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. If you're someone who's been watching these transmissions for a while, thank you. It is so good to connect with you again. Today we're doing another Q&A. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and remember to leave your questions below. Or you can send me a private DM on Instagram at CharlieWildeOfficial or send me a message. And if you'd like to speak with Seven personally, private conversations with Seven are available. Just follow the links in the comments below. And all right, so we're going to start with today's question. So this is a bit of a comment question that applies to a lot of people, especially a certain part of it. And so here it is. Thank you, Charlie. I'm struggling at the moment with tiredness and anxiety, but I'm trusting myself. I know I'm here for something special, but I've been told the stars are working against me. I don't quite understand. I know I'm a people pleaser and sometimes dim my light to please others. I must stop doing this, Charlie. I have always felt different. Can you help me to define what it could be that I'm doing wrong? Thank you. All right. So I will have Seven answer this, and the part that I wanted to point out is the people pleaser part, because a lot of people struggle with this. They find that they really, and I've been there myself, into pleasing others, and it often doesn't feel good. And I believe that this is something really good to address, so let's get to it. It is good to be here amongst you and to connect with you in such a way that allows for you to tap into the fullness and vastness of all that you are as a cosmic being. So many of you humans have been trained in such a way that you believe that by doing certain things and taking certain actions, you can really change the environment around you. And by changing the environment around you, you believe that you'll feel so much better and everything will be okay. And so many of you have been trained in this way. And we would like to let you know that this way that you have been trained in is a way of controlling the environment around you. Oftentimes, you have not been taught about the environment within you and how to create such a beautiful environment within you where everything is flourishing and flowing and blooming and bathing you in such well-being that when you look at the world around you, there's not a need to control it. There is simply a deep desire and a participation with it that expands not only your physical experience, but also your spiritual experience. See, so much of reality happens in the non-physical. And so when we watch you struggle so very hard trying to change things in the physical sense, we come amongst you in different ways to remind you that in this non-physical world is truly where what you call magic happens. And so when you've been taught to control the environment around you, it does not matter how you do it. Some of you have been fooled into thinking that, well, if I control the environment around me by being a very good boy or a very good girl, then everything will be all right. And somehow you, at some point or another, witness that no matter what you do and how good of a boy or girl you are, you cannot seem to get others to do what you want them to do. And so this is what we'd like to point out. See, some control the environment around them in this very outward way, which is very obvious. And some can see it and say, I don't like it. I don't like how this person uses their anger to control me. I don't like how they tell me what to do. And so you say, well, I can control too. I will just do it in a different way, you see. See, there's no difference. So some of you think, well, because I'm pleasing others, I am being pleasing. However, you're not pleasing others, and you're not being pleasing simply because it is flowing from within you. You are being pleasing to others as a way to control them, as a way to manipulate them. And so, as you become aware of this, you start to notice that it is not something that you are doing for others. It is something that you are doing to yourself first and foremost. See, by the time you do anything with someone to someone, it begins with you. You've been doing it with yourself. It is in the same way when you share lots of wonderful stuff with others, when it truly comes from within because you are so tuned up and connected. It does not matter what they say or do or how they react. You will do it anyways. But when you are trying to control the environment around you in whatever way you are doing by pleasing or displeasing others, you are coming from a place of trying to get a reaction out of them. And when they don't react in the way that you want them to, those horns of yours come out. But you say, I'm so good. I'm not bad like that. See, you have so much freedom. You have so much freedom available to you. And so many humans do not remember that they have this much freedom. And so they become stuck. They become stuck in taking action and affecting their behavior, thinking that they will change something out there. And they do it over and over and over and over and over. And eventually it gets exhausting, we understand, because it is very, very hard to output a certain action when the truest part of you is nudging you towards something completely different. And so as you're going against it, it does not feel good. It feels exhausting. And so many of you experience this physically, this physical exhaustion. You say, I'm tired and I'm done. We say, very good. This is a very good place to start. Exhaustion is a very good place to start. So, what do we mean by this? Everything that is happening in the world out there, it first begins in the non-physical world, meaning in thought. And so, if you are finding yourself outputting so hard out there, start to notice within. How do you really feel within? See, you cannot really please others unless you are fully pleased yourself. So, if you are sincere in pleasing others, you will not feel this exhaustion because it is coming from deep within you. So how do you please yourself? How do you find this place where you are so satisfied with who you are and what you are? It is very simple, you see. You make a choice. You make a choice because you are that free. You are that free to make a choice to realize and recognize your own self-worth. And when you begin to realize and recognize your self-worth and to appreciate yourself and to please yourself and to truly enjoy yourself, and you do this by making a connection to your higher being and by allowing those intuitions to come forth and guide you, this begins to transform the way in which you interact with others. Because it does not matter to you to control your behavior in pleasing or displeasing them. Because you are coming from this deep and wonderful and sincere connection, it is overflowing out of you. And as it overflows out of you, and you are so truly connected, it does not matter how they react to you, because you are not reacting to them anymore. And you are not expecting them to react to you either. What you are doing, you are finally connecting. See, you are connecting with others. And to connect with others, you must first and foremost begin to connect with yourself unconditionally. So many of you have been trained to connect with yourselves conditionally. Oh, you're such a good little boy. Oh, you're such a good little girl when you do that. Oh, but you're a bad boy and you're a bad girl if you do that. That's not pleasing to me. Right? So many of you have heard this. And so you've been trained in such a way that you say, well, I better please them or else. Or else what? In always putting your attention out there and in pleasing those out there, you detach from your higher being. And the more and more that you detach from this higher being, you detach from its guidance. And here is the beauty of it, is that you cannot really detach from your higher being. It is always there, always there, always there for you, always there for you, always there for you, always there for you. And when you begin to make the sincere, unconditional connection with yourself, that is when your compassion, that compassion that so many of you humans speak about, that is where it comes from. It doesn't come from out there. It doesn't come from recognizing others who are suffering and saying, oh, I have so much compassion for them. It does not come from recognizing suffering. Compassion comes from making a truthful connection to your true inner being. And it is only that is true compassion. And it is from there that you can extend your compassion out there. And so many of you hold within yourselves an immense capacity for connection, for sincere connection. And as you begin to connect with your true inner being, you start to notice that you do not need to manipulate or control others around you with some kind of action, some kind of words. It pours forth of you, from you, and all around you, and others sense it too. They sense it, and they know it. See, all of you have incredible insight. Some do not even realize it. And so when you make this true and sincere connection, because it is so true, you cannot lie to those around you, and they sense it as well. And that is when you begin to tap into an immense amount of energy. And that exhaustion that you might feel now because you feel that you are bending every which way to please those around you as a way to control them, that is no more. Because all the things that you've been doing to try to control yourself, you let it go. Because now, for the first time in a very long time, you are starting to see who you actually are and what you are here for, and to recognize yourself as a true cosmic being, as a full being. It is not about being superhuman. It is about realizing that being human is super, all right? And as you do this, you recognize that the way in which you connect with the world around you begins to completely shift. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this transmission. If you liked this video, make sure to share it, like, comment, leave your questions below. If you are new to this channel, subscribe, and really truly share this with anyone that you believe would benefit from these messages and these transmissions. I appreciate you. Thank you.